Did you know that a land loan can actually be more expensive than a home loan? And there are quite other terms and conditions to it too. Stick with us as we today discuss the difference between land loans and home loans and answer a few questions about land loans. Hello and welcome. I'm Anukriti Bisht, a financial advisor with a leading financial institution of the country, and you're watching a learning episode on wealth management bite size. Who can get a land loan? Land loans are offered by banks to all Indian residents over the age of 21. Some banks also offer it to NRIs if the land is being bought in construction of a house. For Indian residents, the land loan is available only for those who are salaried or self-employed with a good credit score. A good credit score would be a number above 750 on your CIBIL score. But the only catch is when applying for a land loan, make sure that the land that you are wanting to purchase is in a residential plot and not in an agriculture or commercial land plot. The land also needs to be within the corporation or municipality limits. For residents, land loan can be available for construction of a residential house on the plot or for the purchase of the plot alone. What would be the maximum amount of loan that you can get under land loan? Unlike traditional home loans, where the loans are availed to about 90% of the value of under construction or fully constructed property, land loan offers only a maximum of 70% of the cost of the plot in urban centers. If it is in smaller cities or towns, the maximum loan to value ratio for land loans is usually fixed at about 50 to 60% of the total cost of the plot. That would mean that if you want to buy a plot, then you would need to mobilize 40 to 50% of cost as down payment. Is there any tax deduction for land loan? Even though a land loan is offered for construction of a house, you're not eligible for income tax deduction for payment towards the repayment of land loan. Only if you start the construction actively on a purchased plot, then you become eligible for tax benefit for that part of the loan. So the part of the loan that is used for the construction of a house can be used for tax deduction, and the deduction is applicable only for the year in which the construction activity is completed. What would be the interest rates? Land loans come at a higher interest rate when compared to home loans. However, if you are going to construct a house on that land, you can get your loan as house loan rates also. Note that most lenders place conditions stating that you need to start constructing a house within 2 or 3 years of taking the loan. If you don't, you will have to pay the higher rates. Typically, for constructing a house on a plot of land, a home loan is offered, but if construction is not done, it will become a land loan. So read the terms and conditions of your loan very carefully. Yes, you can get a loan on a joint account as well. Just like home loans, you can have a co-applicant for a land loan. The same rule will apply in regards to the co-applicant. Usually, only spouse and blood relatives are allowed to be co-applicant. Let's now look at home loan versus land loans in various criteria. Eligibility seems to be same except for NRIs there would be few conditions. Interest rate for land loans could be as high as 12 to 14%, whereas home loans currently are at 8.3 to 10.5%. Tax deductions can only be for the construction that you make on that particular land and also only for the year in which the construction is done, whereas home loans give you tax deduction in three separate sections under the Income Tax Act. The tenure for land loan is actually quite less, to about 10 to 15 years maximum, whereas home loans can go up to 30 years, specifically under SBI home loan policy. Loan to value maximum would be at a 70%, whereas in home loans the loan to value can go as high as 90% if the home loan is less than 30 lakhs in total amount. Thank you for watching. I hope you found the information on this episode value adding. Don't forget to like us, share us, and subscribe to us. See you soon.